You don't do anything about it. It's not like the baby. When the baby starts to feel like they're falling, they move straighten up so they can walk, right? But in schools, when we start to feel uncertain or curious, we learn to do nothing with it. How many times are you uncertain or curious about something? You need more. Versus how many times do you put up your hand and say, whoa, 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 stop, please, I need more. How many times? I mean, I think, I would say 1,000 times do you feel uncertain for every one time to raise your hand. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So what is that teaching you? That's teaching you to ignore yourself. It's teaching you to ignore being uncertain. It's teaching you to ignore being curious. And if it does that, it's like cutting you in half. It's like chopping off the very core of your ability to learn. Follow? So, what I'm saying is that over the course of our education, we have hundreds of thousands of experiences that cause us to need more, that we learn to not do much with. And the consequence of that is it cuts us off from our inborn powers of learning. And if you reflect on your own education experience, then you know what I mean, yeah? This is what has to change. To make a better country, to make a better business, to make a better, because we have to be able to engage one another at the level of what we're really needing to stay in the flow. So it's not what I want to say is that rather than the particular learning objective being most important, the particular learning objective has to become like an exercise machine. Like a weight machine, right? And that the most important thing is the quality of the exercise. Because that will do you more in life than the particular weight. Does that follow? So, my concern has been, how do we change that so that the pervasive experience of the fluctuations throughout school is that children and adults as ourselves start to learn that the most important subject is ourselves, how we learn. Become a master of how you learn, and you will become as powerful as you can possibly be. If not, then you're kind of robotic. You understand? Robotic? Machine-like. Learning like a machine. A machine. So, excuse me while I get some cold water. So for me, this is translated to, and like I said when I started this thing, this is not about medicine. But this could be about medicine because it could be about anything. Right? It's applicable to everything, and it's in and of itself, it's its own subject. Over the course of the years, I've invented many different kinds of computer technology to help this exercise. that I'm talking about. So that when people, to make a distinction between two different kinds of learning. There's one kind of learning which happens between people, where I can see your eyes, you can see my eyes, you can see my gestures, I can see your gestures. I can feel your energy, you can feel my energy, and from that we can learn together. Right? We call that dialogue. Right? Dialogue. We go back and forth, real time, together, same time, same place. And there's another kind of learning where there is no back and forth, right? Which is what happens in the classroom for the most part. Am I writing too small? Too small? Yeah. You can see?
Yes.
Okay. Classroom, book, film. These things, they don't go back and forth. They come at you. Right? You just take what you can take, and that's that. Right? All of this can be improved with technology. This is what the computer is for. Is to make all this stuff work differently. Because here, in the classroom, book, film, that kind of learning, where you're not going into dialogue back and forth, here it's possible for you at every time that you have a meaning need, like we're talking about a stutter, right? To stop and have the computer come up with a different language, different words, different concepts, pictures, animations, experiments. So that's the kind of software I've worked on. So that when kids are in this mode of learning, and adults, I'll come to that in a moment. When they're in this mode of learning, that they can go along, press a button, right? And have a universe of different things come to meet them so that they can stay on that exercise we've been talking about as their primary mode of learning. So if we start to learn this way and in dialogue, those two modes, we will be different. Now, in addition to the learning for children, which is my primary love, the thing that I care most about, is helping the children learn differently. There's the only way that I can accomplish that, the only way that I've been able to work on that, is also to work on businesses, education, and government technology. Okay? So let me show you something. Which I call the miraculous intersection. Understand miraculous? Yes?
Yes.
Understand intersection? Okay. Okay.